Hey class, Professor Horn here. I'll be your instructor for Lit 2000 during the summer mini B semester for 2022. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact me through Canvas inbox. You can find more information about me under your link here about your instructor. But I'd go ahead and get started here today because we're so pressed for time during these express courses. We're basically taking 16, 17 weeks and congealing it down to 5 or 6. So they can be pretty brutal here. This will give you a gross summary of the course as well as an outline of the overall learning objectives, as well as helpful tutorials here and there, like setting up your Canvas course calendar, your notifications, things of that nature, which I'll kind of walk you through in a little bit here. The syllabus, I'd go ahead and click on this one. There's no textbook for this course because we're using open educational resources. Everything's embedded into your modules. The syllabus here, I want you to go ahead and read. It's traditional DOCX or Word file. You'll have all your course policies laid out for you in there, as well as grading, schisms, pedagogical practices, things of that nature. Pay special attention to section 4. That is your responsibilities as a student. And as well as anything bold, red, underlined, anything that's kind of screaming, pay attention to me, because that's going to be really important to you. All right, so you'll note here, if we click on modules, this is going to be your bread and butter, your proverbial closet. We're going to throw all our stuff into the semester. There's going to be some overlap here with getting started, like the course overview, instructor information, syllabus, etc. But you do have some other things like digital tools. So if you're not familiar with Canva or Medium.com, platforms we're going to be using this semester, you can go always reference them here. You also have course resources here, such as writing MLA, how to contact the FSW Academic Writing Center. You can also use the links here. So tutor.com is basically a service that we provide as a subsidiary of FSW. They're tutors basically anywhere around the world. So you can access it 24/7, again, anywhere in the world. So it's really handy. I've had students who have been as far away as Japan taking this course. So it's really fun. I actually taught at USF while living in Australia. So I was always like 16 hours ahead into the future. So it's technology is amazing. It's really fun, but with it comes responsibilities. So just make sure that your organizational skills are up to par, because these online courses, these asynchronous online courses, can be challenging for those who aren't technologically savvy, or who are shy from asking questions and exploring technology. You have your help function here. So if you do have any technological issues here, you can report it to Canvas. So if you're trying to take a quiz and it won't load, chances are it could be your browser, or your cookies are not set up, or you have a firewall, or things of that nature. There's a myriad of things that could happen. Think of all the satellites, the wires, all that things between you, me, and the course content. So go ahead and contact them. At the last page of the syllabus, you'll also note that there is a list of hyperlinks there to help you. One is for the Student IT Help Desk. So if you can't get help with Canvas, say like you're trying to set up a new laptop or something like that, or connect your phone to the Canvas calendar or something of that nature, it's not necessarily Canvas related, they can help you there with that. Your student resources here is the library. Any questions you have whatsoever, go ahead and ask them. The Ask a Librarian chat feature, usually I think during office hours or business hours, it's going to be an FSW librarian. Same thing with the FSW writing tutor. If you contact them, those are our tutors, so they know me personally. They know my assignments. They are familiar with them. They know our demographics of who we are and who we represent in this area, versus whereas tutor.com is convenient, or the Canva help is convenient. It's just they're not exactly familiar with us as FSW. But again, all this stuff here is kind of, again, basic overview. Attendance verification will be due the first day of class, which is June 22nd. Your deadline for all assignments is 11:59 p.m. of that due date. So if you see it, click on the plagiarism quiz here. You got 15 minutes to take it, and you'll see that it's due at this time, at this date. And again, what you see here may be different from what I present in this video. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz, you know, the man behind the curtain kind of thing. It's not a whole lot to it. There's just a whole lot of clicking around here to get things set up. You're probably going to see just this here and maybe some of this here. And then you'll probably have like take quiz assignment here. So anyways, going back to your attendance verification, if you go ahead and click on the hyperlink provided to you here, that will actually take you to the library and get a whole tutorial on how and what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. If you have any questions, James Charles is the Writing Center liaison between the library and the English department. I know Jane. Jane's awesome. Worked with Jane for like 10 years. If you have any questions, she's extremely helpful. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and click on the inbox and email me and contact me that way. And if we need to set up particular meetings, because it's all online this semester, maybe we can do a Zoom or something like that. But generally speaking, this course is completely 100% asynchronous. So I hope this tutorial helps kind of curb some of that async informality. Let's see here. The reading unit, go ahead and begin here. Always look at your units. This again is an overview of the unit, and then the modules are broken down in there. It's kind of like your hand is the unit and the fingers are the modules. It's all one thing, but we kind of break it down and explain it that way. So you'll have Unit 1, which is basically an overview about reading and writing, what is literature, things of that nature. We'll have like a writing sample assignment towards the end. I think it's due Sunday. But yeah, and then we'll actually get into the nitty-gritty in Unit 2. And again, this is also covered in the homepage overview. And that's it. Again, I would try, I'm not sure if I already expressed this, but be careful. Over here, you'll see your to-do list. Note all the content here in your module. So if I just like click on one here, right, we got presentations, all this, that, or the other. But that doesn't appear on your to-do list. Canvas, unfortunately, tries to treat education like something to do, which can be problematic. It's handy and helpful and a little reminder here, but there's a lot of content on the front end that is missed by just following this to-do list. So please be careful. It is handy though. Again, so if you click on the first day of classes here, it should take you right to our Canvas course calendar, which again should be set up here. There's your calendar feed. You can also go up here to your account, click on your notifications to set that up. And then you can click on whatever it is here and it'll provide you information on that. So this is basically just an oversimplification of this long-winded tutorial here that I'm giving you here, as well as your honor codes and other attendance verifications here. You have Module 1's, basically everything you see here, every block is a module. So here we have modules, attendance verification, first day of classes, module 1's due here, module 2's due here, module 3's due here, module 4, etc., etc. And again, the entire semester is laid out for you, everything you need to do to work ahead. Because it's such a condensed course, I strongly advise you to work ahead as often as possible. There's very few group interactions with the exception of the journal entries. So if you do work ahead and say you're like halfway through July before we even get to module 4 here, try to always go back and check in to see if somebody's responded to your post so you can reply back. And again, the idea of these entries here is to create a conversation. You know, we got the general outcome here, and each one has a different grading rubric to it. So when you click on the assignment itself here, for example, here I'll kick it out, all right, and then click on the rubric, and then you can download it and upload it that way, and then you'll have it on your computer or the cloud or whatever it is. But keep in mind that this is basically the bare minimum. This is just to get into the doorway to have the conversation. So we want to go ahead and try to build on that one. So yes, you've posted 200 words. Yes, you set up a reply for 100, but that's it. So then chances are it's going to be a C for minimal achievement. You know, you don't have any quotes from the literature. Keep in mind it's a literature course, so we're always going to be using the literature in all our comments, all our essays, all our infographics, all that kind of stuff. So it's very, very important to reference the literature. So again, you can kind of see how just using deductive reasoning, how these can affect your grade both positively and negatively. Let's see here. What else? I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Again, you can go all the way down here. I hope I'm not making you too dizzy to the final exam. Now, keep in mind, if you work ahead, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to grade it on that day, particularly for the do it unit entries. We basically have to select, it's kind of like choose your own adventure. You get 3 options, 2 options, 4 options, things of that nature, and you choose one that you want to go ahead and write about, and then some of your peers will join in. Sometimes that works where we can have really robust discussions. But if you sometimes selected a section and then your peers aren't always as enthusiastic as you are, and will write late or not at all, that can be a problem too. So just always email me and say, hey, I posted, nobody's replying to me, I gotta go to work, the kid's asleep, whatever it is. We're signing up for these express courses, these online courses, generally speaking, because we're living non-conventional lives. My life is extremely hectic, which is why I like these asynchronous courses, because I can work on it at any time, anywhere in the world, so long as it's cohesive for my students, my colleagues, college, and my family. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Oh, with these journal entries too, another hiccup with them, and this is the Canvas issue, is a known issue, is that when you select your pathway, your adventure, if you will, which you're going to write on, I have to wait till everybody has signed up for their adventure, their pathway, and then I have to manually assign the due date. So for some people who are using the calendar, that due date will show up, this calendar over here. However, if you're just looking at your phone and your to-do list, that may not show up until I go in and manually add it after everybody has completed that assignment. It's a little hiccup in it in the process, so just keep in mind that the due dates are here. You can see them. You select your adventure here, and then you make sure you write about it and respond to your post by that due date on that time there. Again, watch out for that to-do list. It's kind of deceptive. Moreover, with the phones, this is also in the syllabus, it's strongly advised that you do not take any assessments or any writing assignments using your phone in the Canva app or Canvas app, because the Canvas app is buggy, it's glitchy. I've had students who have taken quizzes on it and they can't scroll through the quizzes, so like, A through D is the answer, they can only see A and B, and say D is the correct answer, or C or whatever, they can't access it, so therefore they're going to score incorrectly and have their grade negatively impacted because of the technology. It's not 100% foolproof, but the Canvas app is extremely helpful. Again, as far as assessment purposes, please make sure you use a stable internet connection and a laptop or a desktop. I would strongly advise using your phone. I've had students who try to write papers like on a road trip from their cell phone, and they go through mountains and they get dropped, and then they lose points, and it's completely avoidable. You have the whole, again, semester laid out for you. If you have vacation coming up, if you have things to do, I get it. But make sure that you are ultimately responsible for those due dates, those times, and all work submitted is final. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is very, very important because it affects your GPA, as well as your correspondence between you, the material, myself, and the college's policies, my policies, etc. Office 365 is free. Go ahead and download it here. Well, it's not free. Tuition is kind of paid for it. So go ahead and access that there. Same with tutor.com. Make sure you get that set up. And then everything else is pretty much locked and loaded for your amusement, your enjoyment. I hope you enjoy the course. I hope you enjoy the presentations. I hope you enjoy the assignments. Again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and click on the inbox, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. I don't respond to emails over the weekends or on holidays. It's generally during business hours. However, if my 2-year-old is having fits at night and I can't sleep and he can't sleep, and the only way to put myself to sleep is to read emails. I might do that. So you might see some weird timestamps on them. But generally speaking, allow 72 business hours for a response. And again, watch out for emails outside business hours. Same with grading. All these policies again are in the syllabus. So hope you have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the course. Enjoy your summer. And as always, just go ahead and reach out to me whenever. I'm always a few clicks away.